Torres, 1867 classical. 2007 Maldonado Flamenco. Combination of both the guitars. That was an example of the two guitars, actually the three tones that you can get. And there's variables and there's mic placement on the preamp. This is with the microphone full on. Basically the simulator is very close to the sound hole. Okay, and there's a little bit of reverb on here. Okay, so the learning curve is a little difficult if you're not used to this type of instrumentation. I used to use a guitar Godin and then a Yamaha AG Stomp, alright, that had the preamp in it. But this one has the variations of the bodies of the guitars. The microphone preamp, it actually, you can get it closer up here, you can get it in the middle, you can get it further back. It's got some EQs. It has a compression on here for whatever reason, and some reverb. It has a tuner that mutes it, but you have to be very careful to turn the volume all the way down every time. You don't want to waste your battery. Okay. On the back here, you see it takes 6 AA's. Okay. Do not use the 9 volts. The 9 volt is only for emergencies. You need to use the 6 AA batteries for it, and it says it'll give you 10 to 12 hours. The 9 volt is just in case of emergency. So I guess this thing takes a lot of power. So when you turn it back on, the mute is on because I pressed tuner. See? You can also program 10 different presets on here if you like, but I usually use it standard. Take the tune off. Here's the Torres. Play with the hands. Volume is about a little over halfway. You can adjust accordingly. Just use normal tension strings. Don't use the hard tension. Use the normal tension strings. Put some fresh batteries in there. Always put the volume knob off when you're done. Okay? And in my opinion, these guitars sound best with the microphone preset all the way down, the compression all the way down, and the verb, just a little bit of verb. Put a little bit above half. Volume really responds really nice. Good luck. It doesn't need much EQing when you put it into the board. This is ready to go. There's an optional TRS cable. This isn't it. This is a standard 1/4" cable. The TRS cable is the one that I believe it has two, like a stereo plug, and you have a separate adapter, a TRS. It's called a TRS cable, and the adapter is called the Line 6 XPS Mini. Now they have the XPS AB switcher, which works the same, but you plug the TRS cable into this adapter, and the adapter is plugged into the wall, so it'll give you power. In my setup, I play both electric and acoustic, so I'm going to just play this guitar with the batteries. I'm just going to be careful to turn this off. The body is what I was doing earlier, adjusting between the Torres and the Maldonado Flamenco. It's got different characteristics, right? And then the classical doesn't really lend itself to that style of playing. You want to do more whole notes. And that's about it. In the description, I'm gonna list the Line 6 manual. Okay, they have some really good information. Some of the stuff they do not tell you. For example, I can take the cable out, right? And if I don't put the volume down, it's just gonna wear the batteries out. Okay. Another thing is that you can use the tuner. You have to turn it up, the volume up, and then hit tuner. See? But you got to turn that off. You have to turn it off here, and just to double check, turn this off here. If you're using the batteries, okay. If you have no batteries in there, you're just using the TRS cable. Well, it doesn't matter. You probably won't be able to use the tuner. Just some things to note. Always look at your faders. I put a piece of tape, on my here because I play a lot and I'm not gonna mess around. I got the body all the way, right? So I'm using the Torres mostly, right? And the volume I adjusted accordingly. And the reverb, I have it just a notch. There's a lot of nice reverb on here. And then program, shows you how to program it. You find a setting you like, program it, you program it to 1, But I wouldn't recommend if you're going to rhythm in solo, because the numbers go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you go to 2, you won't be able to go back to 1. So maybe if you want to put 1 rhythm, 2 lead, 3 rhythm, 4 lead, that's up to you, okay? But my experience, I leave it as it is. I use a volume pedal on the floor. Actually, I don't use a volume. I use yeah, it's a volume pedal, but it's lower on my rhythm when I play rhythm, and then I raise it up when I do a solo to 10. Basically, I think what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna raise this to 10 here, volume, and then bring it down with my volume pedal when I'm playing rhythm. And so I know where I'm at full velocity. But that's personal taste. It's not necessarily having to do with this Variax, the piezo. So good luck, have fun. Things that I learned, I've only had this guitar for a week. These are things that I learned on the learning curve before my gig that were kind of stressful, but you learn on the job and you learn quick. And if you ever get a new guitar, just play it before your gig. All right, man. Have fun.